happening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam, this is Vancity Audi, and in behind me you see the one and only Audi Kelowna. I'm back here to visit my buddy Ryan because he managed to pick up the perfectly spec'd used Audi for my brand new daily driver. I really enjoyed my time with my B8 S4. It was a 2012 model. I took it from 0 to not quite 100, but pretty damn close. It was a dual pulley throttle body E40 setup, which we managed multiple 10-second runs in the quarter mile. But that car's for sale. Time to move on to something, hopefully, that we can make quicker and faster by the time I'm done with it. So we're back here at Audi Kelowna. We're gonna take a walk through the showroom floor, and I'm gonna introduce you to the brand new to me daily driver. As soon as you guys step into Audi Kelowna, you have this beautiful specimen of a 2008 Audi RS4, rocking that 4.2 liter V8 and a 6-speed manual. This car is pristine, just beautiful. In behind that, we have a 2022 Audi e-tron GT. Not quite the top tier model, that's actually the RS, which is one level above it, but still beautiful in its own rights. Very excited to eventually get behind the wheel of one of these and see what it feels like to drive a completely electric car. And speaking of electric cars, the only one available in Canada right now. This is a Q4 e-tron. This is the display model, kind of showing Canadians what it's going to look like next year when these come to market. And then tucked in behind, oh, so unbelievably nice, the last 5-cylinder we're ever going to see, guys. This is actually announced not too long ago that Audi Canada will not be selling the 2022 version of the TTRS or the RS3 due to emissions. Ugh. So if you guys aren't familiar with what's going on in Canada, to my American viewers and the other viewers around the world, the 2.5 liter Daza motor does not meet emission standards in the 2022 model. So 2021 is the last one you're going to be able to get in a TTRS or RS3. So the values are going to skyrocket, because those who are familiar with it, you know that motor is a masterpiece and can make a ton of power when utilized correctly. So they have a 2020 TTRS here at Audi Kelowna. So if you're looking for one, make sure you get your hands on one. But enough of the cool cars here they have at Audi Kelowna. Time for what we all came here to see, my brand new to me, new daily driver. Here it is, guys, my brand new daily driver, a 2018 Audi S4. My first non-white Audi, Daytona Gray. Excited to have a different color, maybe an even more subtle color than white in this B9 S4. Got a couple cool options that I was really amped about. If you guys notice, some of you guys are probably going to be upset about this. I have a round steering wheel, and that's because it is heated. I always have cold hands, so I really wanted a heated steering wheel, and Ryan managed to find one. We have some very, very nice carbon fiber inlay wrapped around all there, and only one other option to talk about. The only other option in this entire car, other than the heated steering wheel and the carbon fiber inlay, is a sport differential. I didn't get that in my B8 S4, and it was one of my regrets. When I was looking for my B8, I could not find one locally that had a sport diff. But what I noticed is when we started making a ton of power in my B8, the rear end would start kicking out to one side, and that was the one side that had traction. Now, this 2018 S4 has a sport diff in it, so I'm hoping on launch in the quarter mile, both of my rear tires will have equal traction as I take off from launch. Under the hood, we have this turbocharged 3-liter V6 producing 354 horsepower at the crank and 369 foot-pounds of torque. I'm pretty stoked to see what kind of power numbers we can make out of this thing. If you guys are subscribers, you may have seen I've also already featured 2 B9 S4s on my channel in the past. I had a Unitronic Stage 1 plus B9 S4 on the dyno. I also had a comparison video, now that I think about it. I had my B8 S4 at a Stage 1 93 octane level, and we had a heads up comparison as we both did a quarter-mile run to see which car was quicker. I'll put the link in the description below if you haven't seen that video. That was a pretty cool one. And then I also had Terry with his B9 S4 integrated engineering Stage 2 setup. We started on pump gas, we worked our way up to E85 on the dyno at Racing Green, made some huge amounts of torque. So I'm very pumped to see what kind of power we can get out of this motor. I should mention that this B9 S4 does have the Technic package, so it isn't a bare bones build. I didn't go all fancy red calipers and all these different features, the heads up display that you can get, because I wanted a driver's car, something that I knew I just want to keep my hands warm and have a sport diff. That was it. The Technic package does add some other creature comforts in the cabin of the car that I'm going to fully take advantage of, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how comfortable this car is as I drive it home from Kelowna. Well guys, I'm just out front of Audi Kelowna, and Ryan went around to pick up the car, and he's there and he's changed the wheels. What in the hell has he done? It looks like OZ Legere. What the hell? Those are not the wheels I just showed you guys. OZ Legeres in black? What the hell? Blizzax? You put winter tires on?
I wanted to surprise you with the first modification to your new S4.
Oh!
I traded you straight across a brand new set of OEM tires that I kept in the shop, and I found some junk in my garage so you can safely make it home.
So good!
So congratulations, there's your first mod.
I can get home safe now.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
That's so awesome. All right, I just double checked with Ryan. He was messing around. He didn't take the OEM wheels in exchange. He's just helping me out in a big way. It is a long way, I don't know, 3 hours normally, but because of the crazy snowfall, and for those familiar with what happened in BC over the past couple months, there's some serious flooding, and it ruined all of our roads. So for now, it's a bit of a treacherous drive home, so he's definitely helped me out in a big way with those winter wheels. So thank you for that.
No
Appreciate
worries. We wanted to keep you off of the summers, because the Quattro will get you going always, but obviously stopping not so much.
Yeah, not so much.
We want to make sure you can get back to you know, all the subscribers, and make sure we can continue to do some great content.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. So I'm just gonna peace out of here. I'll head out on the highway, give you guys my very first driving impressions. Thank you so much, Ryan, for everything.
Welcome.
You always take care of me. You took care of my wife in the greatest way possible. Helped me out with that reveal for for her 40th and my what was it, a 4th wedding anniversary with her. So back again, repeat business.
Yeah.
Grabbing a
and
2018. Hell yeah.
Let's keep going.
2018 Audi S4 as my new daily driver. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Been driving this wonderful B9 S4 for about 15 minutes now as I exit Kelowna and get onto the freeway to get back home. And my first impressions are obviously amazing. I've wanted this car for some time now after testing the 2 S4s on my channel previously, as I previously mentioned. Yeah, it's a fabulous car to drive. It's very calm, cool, and collected. There's nothing crazy about it. It drives really nicely. As you guys might have noticed when I was speccing the car earlier, I did not spec adaptive suspension. I'm just on the standard springs. It still rides really well. You might be wondering why the hell I would do something like that. I don't really ever use adaptive suspension. I always left it in dynamic, whether I was racing, whether I was just cruising around, it was always in dynamic. So I figured, why bother getting an adaptive suspension when I never utilized it? So that's why I went with the standard springs in this car. The next thing I noticed is this amazing heated steering wheel. You guys all probably think I'm nuts for having somewhat of an ugly circular steering wheel rather than the really cool looking flat bottom steering wheel that they come with normally. But I always have suffered from poor circulation in my hands. I got treated royally when I get to drive my wife's Q3, and that has a heated steering wheel, and it just became like something that I wanted, I had to have. So Ryan was awesome enough to find one, and I love it. Nice and toasty hands on the drive. Next thing I notice is the seats, the quality of the seats. Yes, a lot of it's covered, but I took a really close look before I left. The diamond quilted, or the diamond stitched, damn, it looks good. Reminds me honestly of my RS3 suits before I removed them out of my car for my tiny little aluminum ones. Take it back to when I actually had a really nice daily driven RS3. Oh, those were the days. Now it's just a race car and I barely get to race the damn thing, but those 9 seconds, oh, they're good. The other thing that I notice is the power on this open road. I did step on it a few times in some clear patches. The torque, holy crap balls. It's instant in this thing. I've had the privilege of getting on the street with Anthony's Unitronic Stage 1 Plus B9 S4, and it rips. It launches out of the hole really well and has a ton of torque down low. So just stock, I was very, very impressed just to get up and go on it. But I'm gonna leave it at that for this video. I'm gonna get into it further in videos to come. Stay tuned, guys, because I plan on doing the exact same thing with this car that I did with the B8, meaning I'm taking a completely stock unmodified B9 S4 and I'm gonna bolt a bunch of parts onto it. I'm gonna do some specific modifications to the car and make it as quick as I possibly can and as fast as I possibly can in the quarter mile out at Mission Raceway, all while retaining the daily drivability of the car because I'm still gonna be using this 7 days a week, every day to and from work. So stay tuned to that. Stay tuned for more as I take this baby from 0 to 100. Until next time, guys, take care.